You're not dreaming. It's your bladder that's waking you up in the middle of the night. At 1 a.m., at 3 a.m., at 5 a.m., with no warning, no real need, each night feels like an invasion. But this is not a sign of aging. It's the result of one small mistake you're repeating every evening. A habit that seems harmless. Yet it's preventing your body from resting deeply, recovering properly, and living in tune with your real age. According to the Sleep Foundation, up to 78% of adults over 60 have at least one nighttime habit that silently disrupts the function of vasopressin. This is the hormone responsible for reducing nighttime urination and helping you stay in deep sleep. When this hormone is suppressed, your kidneys don't rest during the night. Your bladder fills up again and again, forcing you to wake up as a reflex just to protect yourself. Worse, studies show that Nocturia increases the risk of falls, depression, and memory decline in older adults. The painful truth is that most of these outcomes are entirely preventable. With just a few small adjustments you can make at home. In today's video, I'll walk you through 5 common but harmful habits, ranked from the least to the most disruptive. For each habit, I'll show you a simple, effective fix that you can start using tonight. At the end of the video, you'll learn how adjusting your room temperature by just 2 degrees could cut your nighttime bathroom trips by half. If you're tired of waking up again and again to use the bathroom, please stay with me, because tonight might be the first night you sleep through until morning for the first time in years. Let's begin. You now know why you're not sleeping deeply. And you also know that the answer isn't in pills. It's in those tiny habits before bedtime. Now, it's time to look at what really matters. 5 habits that seem harmless but are quietly disrupting your rest every night. Ranked from mild to most serious. And the habit in the 5th spot might already be on your dinner plate tonight. 5. Eating dinner late and choosing diuretic foods. One of the most common but overlooked mistakes is having dinner too late and choosing foods that seem healthy but actually have strong diuretic effects. Cucumbers in your salad, raw tomatoes, celery juice, a cup of green tea, or a bit of dark chocolate for dessert, all of these contain plant compounds like apigenin, theobromine, caffeine, or high levels of potassium and water. These trigger kidney activity and make you urinate sooner at night. When you eat dinner after 7 p.m., your digestive system is still working as you head to bed. Lying down slows your digestion, increases abdominal pressure, and causes these diuretic compounds to circulate in your bloodstream for longer. This makes your kidneys filter more water and your bladder fill up faster. Right when you've just fallen into a deep sleep. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that simply eating dinner before 6:30 p.m. and avoiding diuretic foods after 4 p.m. could reduce nighttime urination episodes by up to 40% in adults over 60 within just 3 weeks. Another study in Japan, which followed 600 seniors over an 8-week period, reported similar results. The group that ate early dinners and avoided diuretic foods had twice as many uninterrupted nights of sleep compared to those who didn't. The solution isn't complicated. Finish your main dinner by 6:30 p.m. And if you need a snack afterward, choose low-water, kidney-friendly options like steamed banana, boiled sweet potato, soft-cooked oatmeal, or grilled white chicken meat. Avoid water-rich fruits, thin soups, herbal teas, chocolate, or wine, even in small amounts. These can disrupt your kidneys' regulation rhythms. With just one small shift in both timing and food choices during the evening, You allow your body to reset its natural rest cycle. And you may feel the difference after just a few nights. Fewer urges to urinate, fewer interruptions in your sleep, and clearer, calmer mornings, if dinner was the first step that robbed your bladder of its rest. The next habit is even sneakier. It's not a dish, but something that seems entirely harmless: a glass of water, or a warm bowl of soup, a slice of watermelon, or a calming herbal tea. But these very things, if consumed after 6 p.m., can keep your kidneys working up to 3 more hours while you're trying to fall asleep. 4. Drinking fluids and eating water-rich foods after 6 p.m. Many people think that just stopping water intake is enough. But the truth is, plain water isn't the only culprit behind nighttime trips to the bathroom. Many familiar foods, like vegetable soup, broths, thin porridge, juicy fruits, chamomile tea, milk, even a small ice cream, contain enough fluid to fill your bladder within a few hours. As we age, the body's regulation works differently than it did in younger years. After 6 or 7 p.m., your body needs vasopressin levels to rise in order to signal your kidneys to slow urine production. But if you keep adding fluids, your liver and kidneys have no reason to pause. They keep filtering, and your bladder keeps filling right around the time you should be reaching your deepest sleep. A 2024 study from China published in Frontiers in Public Health followed over 500 adults aged 60 and older for 6 weeks. The findings showed that reducing total fluid intake after 6 p.m. by just 25% led to nighttime urination dropping from an average of 3 trips down to 1 or 2. What's important is this: it's not just about beverages. Every food with water counts. The most effective solution is to set a firm evening cutoff time for fluid intake starting at 6 p.m. From that point on, stop drinking water, tea, milk, or juice. Limit watery foods like porridge, soup, and broth. If you need to take medication, use the smallest amount of water possible and try to do so before 6 p.m. If you feel truly thirsty, just take a small sip to moisten your mouth. Your body doesn't need much water at night. What it needs is stillness, rest, and deep sleep. A dry evening sets the foundation for an uninterrupted night and a clearer, more refreshed morning. Now, once you've reduced your evening fluid intake, you might feel confident that you've solved the problem. However, there is one more common behavior that many people repeat every night. It feels like a safe habit, but it may be silently undoing all your efforts to protect deep sleep. The problem isn't that you drink too much. It's that you go to the bathroom even when you don't truly feel the urge. 3. Going to the bathroom, just in case, even when you don't really need to. It sounds reasonable. Before bed, you make one last trip to the bathroom to be safe, as a precaution, but what you're actually doing is teaching your bladder the wrong lesson. Your bladder is a flexible organ that learns from repetition. When you keep emptying it before it's truly full, you start to reprogram its natural capacity. Over time, your bladder starts sending urge signals earlier than necessary. Sometimes when it holds only 100 to 150 milliliters. In contrast, a healthy adult bladder can hold 400 to 500 milliliters before needing to empty. What does that mean for your sleep? You'll wake up during the night, not because your bladder is full, but because your body has learned to respond to a false signal. Your sleep gets interrupted. You never reach the deeper stages of rest. You wake up feeling tired both physically and mentally, even after a full night in bed. The solution is something called bladder retraining. According to the 2022 guidelines from the International Continence Society, this is a proven way to increase bladder capacity, reduce nighttime urination, and quiet false urgency. The first step is to change your behavior. Only go to the bathroom when you feel a clear urge. If it's close to bedtime and you don't really need to go, just wait. Read a few pages from a book. Listen to some soft music. Brush your teeth. And wash your face. If the feeling doesn't come after 15 to 20 minutes, that means you can go to bed without needing the bathroom. If you are taking diuretics or have a medical history of urinary urgency, be sure to talk with your doctor. But if not, try being consistent with this new habit for a few nights. Many people notice that their nighttime awakenings drop significantly within just 1 week. Not because they drank less water, but because they taught their body how to listen to the right signals again. You've now learned about 3 common mistakes. Things nearly everyone has heard before, like eating dinner too late, drinking too much in the evening, or going to the bathroom just in case. But there are still 2 other causes that almost no one expects. They are not on your dinner plate. They are not in your drink. And they are not hiding in the bathroom. Yet they are silently pushing your kidneys to keep working through the night, filling your bladder, and stealing your chance for deep, restful sleep. And the surprising part is one of them might be right under your head. 2. Poor sleeping posture and the wrong pillow. You may be eating right, drinking smart, and timing your bathroom visits perfectly. But if you still wake up in the middle of the night with no clear reason, it's time to pay attention to something very few people ever consider: your sleeping position. Sleeping on your stomach, lying in an awkward side position, or using a pillow that is too high or too low, can all put mechanical pressure on your lower abdomen right where the bladder sits. When your belly is pressed against the mattress, or your spine is twisted, you may be unknowingly pressing on the bladder. This doesn't truly fill the bladder, but it stimulates the sensory nerves in the bladder wall. Your nervous system misreads the signal. The result is a false urge to urinate that wakes you up in the middle of the night. It goes further than that. Using the wrong pillow height, whether too high or too flat, throws off your spinal alignment. This affects the nerves in your pelvis and lower back, which are directly involved in bladder control. When your body is out of alignment, communication between your bladder and your brain can become confusing. A review published in Sleep Medicine Reviews in 2022 looked at these patterns. Older adults who switched to sleeping on their left side, added a small pillow between their knees, and used a head pillow that kept their neck straight with their shoulders experienced a dramatic improvement. In just 2 weeks, their nighttime bathroom trips dropped from 3 times a night to once or twice. They also slept more deeply, woke up with less back pain, and felt more refreshed in the morning. This is something you can try tonight. Sleep on your left side, which supports healthy circulation to both your heart and kidneys. Place a small pillow between your knees to help your hips stay in line. And use a head pillow that's just high enough to keep your neck level with your shoulders. Not bent forward, not tilted backward. If you have joint pain or difficulty staying in one position, use an extra pillow behind your back, or choose a specially shaped orthopedic pillow. A small change in how you position your body in bed can create a big shift in how your body functions during the night. When pressure is released, the bladder stops sending false alarms, and you may finally enjoy hours of uninterrupted sleep. no longer waking up from a signal that came from your own pillow. You may be doing everything right. You've managed your food, your fluids, your bathroom timing, and even your sleep posture and pillow. But if you're still waking up in the middle of the night because of your bladder, even after all your careful efforts, then the problem may no longer be inside your body. It may be inside the room where you sleep. More specifically, in the temperature and the pajamas you wear each night. 1. Unsuitable bedroom temperature and sleepwear. The human body is naturally programmed to lower its temperature by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius during the night. This drop is a built-in signal that helps the brain enter deep sleep. When the environment doesn't allow that drop to happen, the body enters a state called thermal stress, and this directly affects one crucial hormone, vasopressin. Vasopressin is the hormone responsible for concentrating urine at night. It tells your kidneys to slow down filtration and keeps your bladder from filling too soon. But when the body overheats, vasopressin secretion is disrupted. As a result, your kidneys continue working more than necessary, which leads to waking up during the night to urinate, even though it could have been avoided. A study published in Nature and Science of Sleep found that when the bedroom temperature was kept between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, or around 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, nighttime urination dropped by up to 50% in just 1 week. People in the study also reported deeper sleep, fewer awakenings, and greater mental clarity in the morning. However, many people don't realize that room temperature is only part of the story. Thick sleepwear, heat-trapping materials like polyester, or overly heavy blankets can raise your skin temperature by 1 to 2 degrees. That small increase is enough to block your body's ability to cool down properly. The solution is to keep your sleeping environment cool and breathable. Use a fan, open a window, or turn on the air conditioner if needed. More importantly, choose sleepwear made from cotton, linen, or bamboo, lightweight, breathable fabrics that allow your body to regulate its own temperature naturally. Just as you avoid filling your bladder at night, avoid heating your body when it needs to cool down. A cooler bedroom doesn't just feel more comfortable, it gives your kidneys a chance to stay quiet through the night without waking you up. The 5 habits you've just discovered are not your fault, they're simply the result of familiar choices. A late dinner because the family came home late. A soothing herbal tea to help you fall asleep. A precautionary bathroom trip after a bad experience once. A high pillow meant to ease your neck pain. And a thick pajama set that felt safe against the chill. But these seemingly harmless choices are quietly preventing your body from relaxing, releasing the right hormones, and staying in deep sleep each night. Nighttime urination is not a sign that you're getting old, it's your body asking for help. Not with a cry of pain, but with quiet awakenings, with those dark, sleepy walks to the bathroom, with mornings that begin with a heavy head, a tired body, and the same old question, why'd I still feel so exhausted? You don't need pills, you don't need surgery, you don't need expensive gadgets. All you need are small changes, little by little each night. Have dinner an hour earlier. Move your last drink up by 1 glass. Try sleeping on your left side with a small pillow between your knees. And gently cool down your bedroom by just a few degrees or wear 1 less layer to bed. You don't have to do everything at once, just start with 1 thing tonight. Observe your body, listen to the small shifts. Feel the ease of sleeping through the night without interruption. Feel your legs lighter as you step out of bed. Feel your mind clearer as you open your eyes to a new day. What will you choose to start with tonight? Share your answer in the comments below. And don't forget to hit subscribe to keep discovering the small changes that bring big differences to your sleep, your health, and your freedom at every age.